So the Hornets have been terrible since drafting LaMelo. They haven't even won a playoff game since 2002. Charlotte fans thought that drafting LaMelo would change that and he would be their savior. But despite having amazing statistical numbers as an all-star, LaMelo has not been able to bring Charlotte success. In LaMelo's 5 years in the league, he's only had one good season in 2022 where he was the all-star. But when looking at the other 4 seasons, he barely played more than 50 games. In 2023, he played only 36 games. In 2024, only 22 games. Ankle injury for LaMelo Ball after ankle injury, the investment the Charlotte Hornets made has not been successful, and they are ready to move on if something on the table becomes available. Ball is one of the stars rival executives will be monitoring on the trade market this summer. With LaMelo only being 23 years old, he still has a lot of potential, but I think he needs a restart in a new franchise to do so. The Sacramento Kings would love LaMelo Ball as their new starting point guard after trading away superstar De'Aaron Fox. DeMar DeRozan, Malik Monk, a 2027 and 29 first-round pick in exchange for LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball's playmaking and volume shooting would take a lot of pressure off Domantas Sabonis while also clearing up the paint a bit for his post work. As for the Hornets, this move is all about the draft capital. Given his recent track record with injuries, getting multiple first rounds for Ball is a win. And though DeRozan and Malik Monk's contract both last beyond this coming season, they're good enough for Charlotte to flip for more assets in separate deals. That's a realistic trade scenario for LaMelo, but I got a couple more for you. Big shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring the channel, the best ticket app on the market with nearly 30 million downloads and over 70,000 events for you to find your favorite tickets to attend an event that you're interested in. Get your cheap tickets on SeatGeek today by watching your favorite NBA teams play. On checkout, be sure to use my promo code EasyBuckets with an S at the end to get an extra $20 off your first purchase. Make an account, your cheap tickets just got cheaper on SeatGeek. Link is in the bio. The Brooklyn Nets are going to be extremely busy this summer because they have a ton of cap space and they don't have a lot of players returning to their roster the moment the offseason starts, which means they can trade for anybody they really want and also sign anybody they really want because of the money they have. The Nets, who will have more cap space than anyone this offseason, are planning on going star searching either in free agency or by using that room to acquire a big name via trade. Noah Clowney, Keon Johnson, Jalen Wilson, Tyrese Martin, and a first-round pick in exchange for LaMelo Ball and Josh Okogie. But the Chicago Bulls are also expected to be busy this offseason because they finally have to get over that hump to really be a true playoff team after trading away Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. It would be cool to see LaMelo Ball play with his brother Lonzo Ball as well in Chicago. Kobe White, Patrick Williams, Zach Collins, Dalen Terry, and a first-round pick in exchange for LaMelo Ball and Nick Smith Jr. We have to also keep our eyes on the Pelicans and Zion Williamson because they're ready to make a splash as well by either trading away Zion or welcoming a next partner with him. This summer, I think, is the moment of truth for the Pelicans and for Zion Williamson. My educated, knowledge-based look at the situation is the Pelicans and Zion Williamson have to have a sit-down this summer and really get on the same page. And what Zion is going to do is demand a bigger name come to New Orleans. CJ McCollum, Kelly Olynyk, Jose Alvarado, and a first-round pick in exchange for LaMelo Ball and Daquan Jeffries. The Raptors are also on a market this offseason for a big fish. And of course, they're being linked to Giannis, but LaMelo Ball is also considered a big fish from the Eastern Conference. Emmanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett, Osha Agbaji, and a first-round pick in exchange for LaMelo Ball, Yusuf Nurkic, Nick Smith Jr., the Toronto Raptors would have LaMelo Ball, Scotty Barnes, and Brandon Ingram to be a big three in the East. But the Orlando Magic have been keeping an eye on LaMelo Ball since this past NBA trade deadline and last offseason because the only position they truly lack is a strong superstar point guard. Jonathan Isaac, Cole Anthony, Wendell Carter Jr., Tristan Da Silva, and a first-round pick in exchange for LaMelo Ball and Josh Green. The Orlando Magic with this deal, if LaMelo Ball is healthy, could jump to a top 4 in the East. The Hornets have not been successful with LaMelo Ball, so we have to keep an eye on his future there, and this summer could be the summer that he gets dealt.